Good evening, happy Friday from Outcast Trading. I'm on holiday at the moment, but we're committed to still bringing you videos because I'm nice like that. So I shall attempt to do this with hotel Wi-Fi. There will be some delays in the charts, so we'll have to see how that goes. I've tried a couple already, and it was pretty slow. So hopefully it'll be better than nothing. All strippers removed from the room, everything ready to go. Good stuff. Okay, so other admin bits. The main news is that you get these videos now uploaded same day. We used to delay them until Wednesday, so we record them on a Friday, release them on the Wednesday to non-members. We're now going to release these straight away, and our members are going to get some other benefits of more live updates in the Discord and a few other things as well. But hopefully these are more useful to you now. Although they're on a weekly, daily time frame, they can be pretty out of date by Wednesday. So they were more of a kind of showing how we look at things, whereas they now should be more useful to trade from. So that's the main news. So again, please, if you find any of this useful, do give us a like. Be much appreciated. I also still need some requests, otherwise I'm just going to carry on covering the same stuff, which is all interesting stuff. But if you've got anything interesting you want me to look at, I'd be keen to have a look for you. Alright, so tonight you're going to cover SPY, NASDAQ, Dixie, Microsoft, gold, oil, and the Bitcoin miners. Okay, so let's get into it. We'll start with SPY. The market's not closed yet, so but it will be, I think, in 2.5 hours, so not long. Yeah, we'll see if there's any volatility or anything going on between now and then. But we'll start on the weekly, and just to recap where we've come from again, bounce off the weekly 200 down here, and it's been quite a strong move up so far. So let's see if we can roughly 15%. Oops, press something I shouldn't there. So roughly 15% move up, which is pretty big and pretty tradable. Now, busy chart here, but we'll cover where we are at the moment. So we're in a weekly downtrend bounce, as we just said, and price has just got to a really interesting area on the S&P 500. There's a big point of control here, which we covered last week, and the weekly 55, and it hit that perfectly. And we've had an initial reaction, so that was a major TP if you were, so take profit if you were long from lower, if not a short. Now we can see, let's just have a look at the stochastic. So we can see we've still got momentum to the upside, which is good, but we are at a major level. And there's also this major level above that we spoke about, this 618 region, 66 fib, which I'll come back to a bit later when we cover NASDAQ. But this, I feel at the moment, is stronger, because I think there's 3 points of confluence here. I think there's a daily level when we look at the daily chart as well. Other things to note on this chart are I've got a fib resistance speed found. I don't often use these, but it incorporates Fibonacci time as well as price. So there is a 618 level coming in down here, and these can be this can be quite accurate, so we'll keep an eye on that one in future, but for now we'll just take that off. Sorry, just one other thing to say, that this this isn't actually the point of control, it's a major node, as is the one below, but the point of control for this range is actually a little bit higher, but they're all, you can see these three peaks are all very much aligned, so it doesn't really matter which one is the point of control, they're all major nodes with quite big volume gaps in between them. So there's probably three scenarios from here. One is that it just, this is becomes a lower high here and it just rolls over. So if you're bearish, a short here is valid, but it's a little bit tricky to manage risk because of how close that 618 is above daily level there as well. So your option to short here, you'd have to be fairly tight on managing risk, or wait for the move higher to short. So that's kind of scenario one. Scenario two is that it still drops from here as per scenario one, but it's more of a bullish pullback, and then you're looking to reload long for higher, possibly to these 618 levels or even the point of control to manage, because you can just pick some levels below, which we'll maybe have a look at in a moment, and then well, the more bullish scenario is that it carries on up. Probably not going to do it tonight unless there's a major bullish close. But if we come into next week and it reclaims, or it claims this level with a high time frame close, you've got then a potential for a higher high, and then it can move on up from here. Big volume gaps here, so that would be pretty bullish. That would be flipping the 21 and 55 as well. So that's something to look for. If we just have a look on the daily, see if we can see anything there. And this is where it's going to get really slow, so apologies. Hotel Wi-Fi. All right. So what I've done here, which you can sometimes do, it's not recommended pulling the fib already because we haven't got a confirmed high, but if this was the sorry, it's this one here. If this was the high, then you've got 382 here. I don't normally use 382s. I've put it on there anyway because that can indicate a bullish retrace. Or you've got 618 here and the daily 21.55. Can't imagine that's going to hit tonight, so Monday this 21 is going to move up, which then makes it higher than the 618, but it could wick down there, and that would be something to look at potentially for a long position. The 55 would probably be about there, so that's one thing to look for. The other thing is you can see the curvature on the 100 exponential there, two bounces off it. So if you're aggressive, you could try and play that as a long. Could potentially get if it comes down to here and creates a compacted right shoulder, could get an inverted end shoulders as well. Just noticed that one. Target for that will probably be up here somewhere as well. So there's your scenarios anyway. If you haven't shorted already, you probably missed that one unless it retests it. So it's either that, wait for a long further down, or wait till it flips this area. That would also, if it reclaims this, that would also take the daily 200 as well. So that would look quite nice. All right, so I think that covers S&P, but pretty interesting area right there. Okay, let's go for Nasdaq. Excuse me. Come on. Yep. Okay, so S&P and Nasdaq are going to be pretty correlated. A slightly different picture here, and it hasn't quite reached the same significant level as S&P, and above. There's nothing really in between where price is now and the more significant levels above, which are there's a daily level here at 13,530, and there's the golden pocket fib zone just above that. So that pulls from this swing to this swing. So this one, it kind of makes me think that there's a bit more room left to go in this, and it might mean that SPY does hit that 618 above. SPY, it's more likely leads the Nasdaq, but it would seem a little bit strange to just reject here in what is for me middle of two levels and drop back. But again, you've got the similar options that we discussed on S&P to take positions. You can either wait till this level flips, you can short a little bit higher up, or you can wait for the rejection here if you're a bit more bullish, and take the long. There's some nice levels just below. We've got a daily here. We've got this is definitely the point of control on this one, and the daily 21 curling up. So these are, there's nothing's guaranteed, but these are quite nice, easy positions to manage along if you get back down here. Managing risk under this region here is not too difficult. So that covers Nasdaq. We don't need to go into as much detail because it's all pretty similar to SPY. Weekly stochastics up. Take a cup of coffee while this updates and go on to the daily and see what's happening there. One thing I noticed on the daily was potential for, I think there was potential for bearish divergence here, which, let's have a look on my RSI updates. Yeah, but between this point here and this point here, was it? No, don't see anything there actually, bear div wise. So that's all okay. Above the RSI EMA, the stocks are getting up there, but they can stay up there a while as per this region here. So nothing really of note there. To me, the daily looks fairly bullish. I think almost an easier trade than SPY, because you've got this level here to manage off, and that's going to make a high potentially. So that's how I'm viewing Stack. Okay, and we'll move to. I've pressed the wrong one. We'll move to Microsoft next. We'll go to weekly. Sorry about that. Just had to have a little time out while the Wi-Fi sorted itself out, but we're back again now. So we're on Microsoft, and last week we were fairly bullish on Microsoft, and we said watch out for pull back to a lower level to take a long. So we'll have a look at this now. So weekly stochastic still up. We are having a nice bounce, cleared the 21 and currently the 55, so it closes here. That'll be a nice a nice flip of the 21.55 to support. Take a while for these to cross, but that all looks pretty good. And our first target was the 618 above. So that's all looking good, and also there's a volume node there as well. So pretty bullish overall. Let's have a look at the daily. I mean, I say bullish, it is in a downtrend, but it's a pretty nice bounce at the moment. So when we recorded the last video, I think it was about the 29th, somewhere around here. So it hasn't really given us much pullback. There was this little move here to the daily 100, and I think also the 4-hour 200 EMA we'll have a look at in a minute. But that's all it's given us so far. So again, daily looks good. We've got a 21.55 cross there, which is nice. Stock's not telling us much. They're up there, but again can stay up there a while. So yeah, if you're long, you're looking for this 618 region with the volume node. Now you've got two options there as usual. One is to short, or the other is to wait for the pullback and get long again. So you'd be looking to do a fib pull from, in fact, let's just have a look, see how that looks now. Let's assume it gets to the 6.6. Yeah, that'd be a pretty deep retrace. Not sure I'd want to see it get down below this level here, but the 21 exponential might be a better option there if it gives you it. For me personally, I wouldn't be shorting here. I think the chart looks quite strong overall. So my preference would be to wait for it to drop back. Obviously, can't really long here. There's not. It's kind of no man's land. So let's have a look at the 4-hour. Okay, back again. Yeah, this Wi-Fi is driving me nuts, but we shall persevere. I have to do a lot of video editing on this one. Yeah, all I was going to show there really was the 4-hour pullback to the 200 there. That was the only real entry that Microsoft's given us. So that's your levels for Microsoft. We'll go to oil, and we'll go to weekly, and we shall hold our breaths while the wheels slowly turn, and we'll see what happens. A bit quicker. Someone must put some money in the meter. Right, oil. This is still loading, but okay. So this this isn't an overly bullish picture on oil, to be honest. It has finally hit that 618 that I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago now. Yeah, it was here that I said had got front run, and I didn't take it. I wasn't going to chase it. Now this one I have taken. I'm not overly keen on it, but it's a reasonably legitimate long position. The 55 was there and wick to the 618, and we can see a small reaction so far, but the chart's certainly not bullish. Weekly stocks are still down, and 109 to cross up, which I mean, oil can move pretty quickly, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Flip to the daily. we'll wait 10 minutes and see what happens. But you can see if we had this as a, I'll draw a box around it. The box is gone. Roughly speaking, we had a range like this. Now that's a breakdown from this range, so that's why I'm not overly confident on this position. That there is a tiny little node there as well. So my plan for this one, if it does bounce, is to get out pretty quickly. If you're really patient, you could wait for the 6-6 because there's a few reactions down there. But yeah, I've taken it here and I'll get out. I forget when my level is. I think it was on the weekly, so only like $6-7 higher to $100. If it fails, it fails. But oil is not looking too strong at the moment, which is probably good for a lot of other things. So that is oil, and we'll see if we can do gold. We'll go to the weekly. So just while that's loading, if you remember, covered this for several weeks now. I was long from 1680 with 3 positions. There was a really strong level down at 1680. There was a fib. There was a weekly level. I think there was a major EMA. So that those positions are actually going quite well. There was one of them I closed pretty quickly just to lock in profit, and the other 2 I've left running. And I'll just talk through the plan to close those in a moment. Okay, back again. Right, so yeah, what we spoke about was this fib ball here, the long from 1680, and one of the positions I was planning to close at this 618 because there's a point of control there. There's a nice daily level and a 618, but it's actually had quite a big reaction here off this weekly 100, which isn't a level I'd kind of considered, but it still looks good overall, and I'm still I mean, I've moved my stop loss up on both of those, which I tend to do on swing trades once they're well above a couple of levels, but I'm still thinking the more likely scenario is that it will head to this 1803 to 1811 level, and I'm actually considering changing my trade plan on the second one to close that as well, because there's going to be a 4th thing coming in here. That weekly 21 is going to come down, so you've got like 4 major things coming in there, so it's not going to blast through there with well, it's unlikely to blast through there in one go. So there's 2 things you could do there. One is, as I say, you can fully close your position. The other one would be to keep it running and hedge short on another position. But I think with such strong resistance coming in, I think probably the smarter thing to do was close those, and if it flips the level and holds it on the daily, then yeah, okay, you can look at re-longing, because at that point it'll have probably cleared the 21, maybe even probably not the 55. Either that, or you start doing another fib ball from here, and you look for the retrace to go long again. So that's, sometimes you do have to adapt a trade plan. You may have missed something, or at the time I didn't anticipate these EMAs coming down so quickly, so now we've got 3 or 4 things there. Yeah, certainly worth considering a trade plan. Also, the RSI EMA, which bounced off here, is now touching again. Although when it was last time, I don't think the stocks were still down. Stochastics are crossing up 1710 to cross down. So bar any gold filled asteroid hitting the Earth, it should close the weekly tonight above 1710. So these will break through the into the bullish control zone, which would be nice. So yeah, that's the plan on gold. Hopefully some of you took this with me. It's been a real nice trade, this one so far. Yeah, and hopefully it'll pop up to this level next week. All right, so that's gold, and the others I'm probably I'll do MicroStrategy, and then I won't cover the other 2 that we normally cover, which is cores and what's the other one? Marathon, just because this Wi-Fi is driving me nuts. Yeah, we'll just do one of them. Now, MicroStrategy, I was long down here. The weekly picture looks pretty good still. We had this stochastic cross down here, break of the RSI EMA. This is looking strong, and it flipped the point of control as well, and it's actually broken through the 21-week EMA, which is a good sign of strength. There was a reaction off it here, made a little bull hammer there, and it's broken through. So bar any big moves down in the next hour, we'll get a weekly close above the 21, which will be nice. And again, heading for this 61866 target. A couple of EMAs coming in down here, so that's a good take profit area. I'm actually, these for me are longer term hold positions, rightly or wrongly. Some people will laugh at MicroStrategy. I'm a believer in Bitcoin, so with MicroStrategy being so pegged to Bitcoin, the next bull cycle, again, if you believe there will be one, I do. I think there'll be another 2024 halving. This has potential to get into this upper area of the chart. Could go to 0, who knows? But for me, these low levels were good kind of long-term investment plays. The other thing that was interesting this week was there's been a lot of earnings this week for various things. MicroStrategy is one of them. Their earnings are pretty terrible, and most people, myself included, were kind of expecting a bit of a dump in price. Saylor announced that he was no longer going to be CEO. He was going to move. I think he's moving to chairman, so he could focus more on Bitcoin. Which, if he wasn't already, then I don't know how what extra he's going to do to focus on Bitcoin. But the market perceived that as bullish, and it moved up pretty strongly. Was it? Yeah, earnings was down there. So yeah, it's moved up 20% on what should have been bad news, but that's the way things work. It doesn't always go the way you think it will, and there've been probably been some pricing in down here, and it's so beaten up that that didn't seem to have any effect. So yeah, looking good. Aiming for this 618 level if you're long, good take profit. For me, I'm just looking at adding to more spot positions on pullbacks, but if you're trading it, then this level here is a good one to watch. Alright, so that's all. Thanks for bearing with me and the hotel Wi-Fi. I'm going to go and have a beer now after a marathon of editing this video together. Again, if you could click like, it would be much appreciated, and if you could in the comments just let me know any charts you want to look at for next week, and we'll see you on Friday. Friday I'll be back on the laptop on my on the desktop with my home Wi-Fi, so I won't have any of these problems. Alright, thanks very much everyone.